The Middle East is on the brink of a major shift. What Iran did on March 17, 2026 changes everything we thought we knew about the region, and it has set the stage for a potentially explosive new era of direct confrontation between two of the most powerful forces in the Middle East, Iran and Israel. This isn't just another shadow conflict or proxy war. Iran didn't play by the old rules, it broke them. The message was clear. The time for subtlety has passed. Iran's actions on that fateful Tuesday were far from a simple retaliation. It was a deliberate, full-scale attack, a direct military assault on Israel with hundreds of missiles, drones, and ballistic projectiles launched in a coordinated blitz that would push any country's defenses to their absolute limits. This was a statement, not just an attack. At around 2:40 a.m., local time in Tehran, multiple intelligence channels began picking up unusual activity across several Iranian military bases. By 3:15 a.m., reports confirmed that missile launches were already underway, originating from at least 4 strategic sites, some near Isfahan and Kerman. Iran was not holding back. This was the real deal. But the real shock came when Iranian General Hossein Salami appeared on state television shortly after the first wave of strikes began. His words rang out across the region like a thunderclap. The Zionist regime has crossed every red line. Tonight, we respond not with warnings, but with decisive force. And with that, sirens blared across central and northern Israel. The Israel Defense Forces were put on high alert, confirming that this was no isolated skirmish. It was a coordinated multi-phase assault. It wasn't just about overwhelming Israel's radar systems with drone swarms. It was about decimating key Israeli military infrastructure with precision-guided ballistic missiles. The scope was vast. Reports suggest at least 9 major sites were hit in the first wave, including air bases, missile defense batteries, and other strategic locations. Civilians weren't spared either, though the extent of the damage is still being assessed. The world watched in disbelief as the attack unfolded. Within 45 minutes, the United States had deployed additional surveillance assets to the region, signaling that the world's most powerful military was keeping a close eye on what was happening. What started as an attack on Israel's infrastructure quickly became a global security crisis. This wasn't just an Israel-Iran conflict. This was something far bigger. For decades, the formula was simple. Iran operates through proxies, Hezbollah in Lebanon, militias in Syria, and various other networks in Iraq. Israel responds with precision airstrikes, usually avoiding direct confrontation. The United States supports Israel diplomatically, but has steered clear of direct military conflict with Tehran. But this attack breaks that pattern. Iran didn't just fund a proxy group to carry out an attack. Iran directly launched a massive assault, publicly acknowledging it and claiming full responsibility. This changes everything. The days leading up to the attack were filled with signals that something was brewing, but nobody expected this. On March 3rd, nearly 2 weeks before the strikes, Iranian military units were spotted repositioning missile batteries, and satellite imagery showed unusual activity near hardened launch facilities deep inside Iran. Defense analysts have pointed out that this wasn't just a spontaneous reaction to a specific Israeli strike. It was a pre-planned operation designed to test Israel's defense systems like Iron Dome and Arrow. And it wasn't just military force. Iran synchronized this attack with cyber operations. According to officials, cyber units linked to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had already escalated probing operations against Israeli infrastructure just days before the missile strikes. This was a multi-domain assault that included cyber warfare, drone swarms, and ballistic missile strikes, a new kind of hybrid warfare designed to overwhelm Israel's layered defense systems. And the real question now is why? Why escalate this conflict in such a dramatic fashion? What does Iran hope to achieve? According to experts, this wasn't just retaliation, it was a strategic message. Iran is no longer hiding in the shadows, launching attacks through proxies. This is open warfare, and that's a huge shift in the balance of power in the Middle East. Think about it. For decades, the world believed in the status quo. Iran would operate through proxy groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Israel would respond with surgical airstrikes, often denying them or operating covertly. There was always a ceiling, a limit, to escalation, because both sides understood the risk of direct state-to-state war. Even during major flashpoints like the assassination of Qasem Soleimani in 2020, or repeated strikes inside Syria, there was an unspoken understanding that war would be avoided. That understanding is now shattered. This wasn't just a single attack. It was a new doctrine. Iran didn't just send missiles, they sent a message, and that message is that they are willing to break the old rules of engagement, they are ready to engage in open war, and they're prepared to escalate it to a point where anything is possible. Once the gloves are off, there are no more limits. The potential for this to spiral out of control is enormous. If that wasn't worrying enough, the global response has already started. Almost immediately after the attack, the world saw energy markets react. Oil prices spiked nearly 8%. Crude jumped to $112 per barrel, And shipping insurers began adjusting risk premiums for vessels passing through the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping routes. This attack isn't just military, it's an economic game changer. And let's not forget the strategic implications. Defense spending will soar. Israel, the US, and other countries involved will face escalating costs as they continue to engage in high-tech, high-cost missile defense systems like Iron Dome and Arrow. This is a massive drain on resources that could lead to shifts in global power. Energy exporters like Russia and Iran stand to benefit from higher oil prices, while countries dependent on stable oil prices, like India and much of the European Union, could face inflationary pressures. Here's the reality. The Middle East is changing, and what happens next could change the course of history. The next 72 hours are critical. Will Israel respond with precision strikes inside Iran? Or will it escalate further? Will Hezbollah open a second front? What about the United States? How will President Biden navigate this volatile moment? The international response will set the tone for how far this conflict goes. For years, the Middle East was caught in a cycle of proxy warfare. Retaliation, measured escalation, and tense but controlled rivalries. But March 17th, 2026, may have marked the moment that system broke down. We are no longer in a game of calculated responses and back-channel diplomacy. The game has changed, and it's unfolding in real time. The real question now is, what happens next? Will this lead to a regional war? Or can the world step in and contain this before it spirals out of control? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher. What do you think? Is this the beginning of something much bigger, or can this be contained? Let me know your thoughts below. I'm genuinely curious to hear your perspective on where this might go.